Now what will it be? Death or exile?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the TV Exiles. This week, we'll be looking at Episode 8 of the final season of Star Wars: The Clone Wars, titled Together Again. As usual, joining me for this review is my fellow Star Wars enthusiast, Chris.
Hi, Brandon. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Good. Right, let's get into this.
Let's start with overall thoughts. What did you think of the final episode of this arc, and where the story with Ahsoka, Trace, and Rafa end?
The episode in itself was like the rest in this arc, nothing particularly special. I feel like the whole arc, the whole 4 episodes, exists to give us that 60-second clip of Darth Maul. That's the only interesting part of the whole arc. So yeah, quite disappointed with the arc overall, and the episode was just like all the others, a lot of uninteresting things. There was a big section again with these sisters that nobody cares about, and a little bit with the Mandalorians, and that was kind of intriguing. But again, like we mentioned last week, this is about introducing the next arc rather than giving us anything interesting about this one. So I'm happy that finally this arc is done, and now we can move on and enjoy some interesting Star Wars again.
Yeah, this I mostly agree. I enjoyed the stuff where Ahsoka was on her own still and sneaking around, planting the bombs, spying on the prison keepers, and then seeing the video of Maul. All that was good to me, but yeah, the sisters have just become, and I mean they pretty much always have been, so unlikable. Their banter's even somewhat theatrical. It isn't very well acted, and their little action scene of getting the spice is just slapstick comedy again, with just over the top, and it just didn't make a lot of sense again. And you don't care about following them; they just aren't good characters.
Yeah, my overall problem with it all is that they don't contribute anything to the progression of Ahsoka's character development. So
yeah, literally the only reason they exist was to accidentally get her to Kessel and to be on that planet and oversee the video of Maul. Literally, they wasted 3 episodes of something else just to get her to that point where she could watch a clip of Maul.
Yeah, and they didn't necessarily have to be the ones to get her to that point. Anything
she could have just been on the run.
Yeah, she could have been on the run. She could have had an investigation or a case of her own, that she saw an injustice and she wanted to deal with it, and then she stumbles across this video with Maul. I mean, and even the fact that she was still hanging about on Coruscant, I just find it unrealistic. I think the first thing she would have done is just jumped in a ship and left the planet. I don't think the Jedi was standing in her way. I think she could have easily had access to a ship. She didn't have to get a bike and then descend into the lower levels of Coruscant. Like, it's just we can all play armchair director and armchair writer and have different ideas, but I mean there are so many different ideas and possibilities that could have been explored. I would have loved to have seen her return to her home planet, and then maybe found a crime occurring there, and then she stumbles across Maul. But no, we just got this arbitrary by chance meeting and a by chance event and a by chance mission, and it was just a bit forced and uninteresting, and at the end of the day unnecessary.
Yeah, and like I've said in pretty much all the reviews, it didn't seem like something that especially added anything as far as Clone Wars goes, but ultimately the final season and setting up the end of Clone Wars it's kind of sad as a major Clone Wars fan that we were given or gifted a final season of Star Wars, and this is what they chose to do with it. Absolutely nothing for 4 episodes.
Wasted.
So yeah, they were 4 wasted episodes, and it's really disappointing. And it's kind of hurt my enthusiasm for the last 4, but I do still have high hopes because this story has been written for a long time. This is from before when Lucas was still involved, and this is truly the end. So
Absolutely.
I have high hopes for the last 4 episodes.
Absolutely, and I would add to that the first 4 episodes were generally really good as well. And as we know, those were written way back when also. So I don't allow these 4, let's call them Disney episodes, to dampen my spirits for the next 4 Lucas episodes, let's say.
No, yeah, my only wish would be to see all 4 episodes at once, movie style. But that's asking a lot. They've got to get 1 more month of Disney Plus out of me. So.
Yeah, well, they do know how to milk it.
Yeah, if there's one thing Disney's always been good at, it is the milk job.
Definitely.
So yeah, I mean, other than that, that's pretty much going to do it for this review. We will be back next week on our thoughts for episode 9 and the beginning of the final Clone Wars story. Chris, why don't you go ahead and tell listeners where they can find you online?
So you can find me on Twitter at Bernardo7, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you liked it, and also let us know what you think of this arc in the comments below.
Absolutely, and you can find me at _meatball_84. Can't wait to talk about it, and can't wait for these final 4 episodes. And until next time, stay exiled.